The murder that Michael Patterson committed while medically verified to be unconscious didn't just challenge criminal law, it forced neurologists to rewrite textbooks about consciousness. Because Michael proved that complex, coordinated, purposeful behavior can occur during deep unconscious sleep states that should make such behavior impossible. This discovery revolutionized sleep medicine, consciousness studies, and our understanding of what the human brain can accomplish while the person is genuinely unconscious and unaware. I'm Daniel Mackenzie, and Michael's case revealed that consciousness might be far more complex and layered than medical science had ever imagined. Dr. Elizabeth Chen was the sleep clinic director who monitored Michael's brain activity during his murder of his ex-wife. What she discovered challenged every principle of sleep medicine she had learned in 30 years of practice. Michael's EEG readings showed continuous deep delta wave sleep throughout the murder, Dr. Chen reported. But delta wave sleep is supposed to be characterized by minimal motor function, no complex decision-making capability, and no ability to navigate unfamiliar environments. Yet Michael performed all these impossible functions while his brain remained in deep unconscious sleep states. By the way, everything I'm sharing comes from actual medical monitoring data and neurological research included in my book, The Impossible Files. Michael's case has been studied by sleep medicine programs worldwide because it demonstrates consciousness capabilities that shouldn't exist according to current neurology textbooks. The medical revelation was that Michael's brain showed compartmentalized consciousness. Some brain regions remained in deep sleep, while other regions became active enough to coordinate complex behavior, navigate through city traffic, and execute a premeditated murder. This compartmentalization violated the principle of unified consciousness that medical science had assumed was fundamental to human brain function. Michael's case proved that consciousness might operate as separate, independent modules rather than as one integrated system. Dr. James Wright from Johns Hopkins studied Michael's EEG data and concluded that Michael's brain demonstrated parallel consciousness states, simultaneous deep sleep, and complex behavioral coordination that suggests consciousness architecture far more sophisticated than current neurology models can explain. The discovery led to new research into what scientists now call modular consciousness, the possibility that different brain regions can maintain different consciousness states simultaneously, allowing for complex behavior during overall unconsciousness. This is just one of 16 cases that revolutionized medical understanding in my book, The Impossible Files, in the link below. But Michael's consciousness discovery has implications that extend far beyond sleep medicine into fundamental questions about the nature of awareness, responsibility, and human brain function. The neurological analysis revealed that Michael's motor cortex, spatial navigation systems, and decision-making regions showed activity patterns consistent with waking consciousness, while his overall brain state remained in deep sleep. This suggested that consciousness isn't the unified on-off state that medical science had assumed, but rather a collection of separate systems that can operate independently under certain conditions. Medical researchers began studying other cases of complex behavior during sleep states and found that Michael's compartmentalized consciousness, while extreme, represented one end of a spectrum of sleep consciousness that had been previously unrecognized by sleep medicine. The discovery explained other mysterious cases of sleep behavior. People who drive cars while sleepwalking, perform complex tasks during sleep states, or engage in behaviors that require decision-making capability while genuinely unconscious. Dr. Sarah Walsh, a consciousness researcher at MIT, concluded that Michael's case demonstrates that consciousness is not a single phenomenon, but a collection of semi-independent brain systems that can function separately under specific conditions. This revelation changed how neurologists approach consciousness studies, sleep disorders, and brain function analysis because it proved that awareness and behavioral capability can exist independently of overall conscious state. The legal implications were revolutionary. If someone can commit complex coordinated crimes while genuinely unconscious, how does criminal law handle responsibility for actions performed by compartmentalized consciousness systems operating independently of overall awareness? Prison neurologists continue studying Michael because his case raised questions about criminal responsibility when consciousness itself operates in ways that challenge traditional assumptions about awareness, intent, and behavioral control. The research has expanded into studying whether other criminals might have committed crimes using compartmentalized consciousness that allowed complex behavior while maintaining unconscious overall mental states. Medical schools now include Michael's case in their consciousness studies curricula because it demonstrates brain function capabilities that students need to understand for treating sleep disorders, consciousness-related medical conditions, and neurological conditions affecting awareness. Right now, you can read the complete neurological analysis of Michael's compartmentalized consciousness and 15 other cases that revolutionized medical understanding for just $2.99. I'm including actual EEG data, expert medical testimony, and consciousness research that explores modular brain function. But I'm raising the price to $9.99 next week because medical schools worldwide are requesting this case for their neurology and consciousness studies programs. Get it now while it's affordable. The consciousness discovery from Michael's case has influenced treatment approaches for sleep disorders, with sleep medicine specialists now recognizing that complex behavior during sleep states might represent compartmentalized consciousness rather than true sleepwalking. Researchers continue studying how consciousness compartmentalization works and whether it can be detected, predicted, or prevented in individuals who might be prone to complex behavior during unconscious states. Get the Impossible files now for $2.99, link in description, because understanding that consciousness can be compartmentalized rather than unified changes everything about sleep medicine, criminal responsibility, and our understanding of what the human brain can accomplish without conscious awareness. The Murder That Rewrote medical textbooks prove that consciousness is far more complex, modular, and mysterious than medical science had ever suspected, and that discovery continues revolutionizing how we understand the relationship between awareness, behavior, and criminal responsibility.